Well, with 10 days to go until the election, campaigning is certainly ramping up a gear today. Our political correspondent Matthew Thompson is following the Lib Dems.
What they want to talk about is the NHS and health and social care. They've made that the key plank, really, of their campaign with a £9 billion pledge to fix many of the problems that we're seeing. We're here in southwest London, where Ed Davey's now gone, but has been visiting an ambulance station to highlight some new research that Liberal Democrats have done around A&E waiting times. They say the numbers of people waiting 12 hours or more for admission to A&E has gone up. I had to check the maths on this myself, but over 13,000% in the last 5 years, from just over 3,000 people in 2018-19 to, well, over 400,000 people in the last year, 2023-24. But in relation to the IFS thing, most of the focus of Paul Johnson today has been on the two main parties who are obviously more likely to form the next government. But the IFS has previously said about the Liberal Democrats' own pledge that the money they're proposing really isn't enough to do all the things they want to do and simply match the demands for NHS spending over the next few years. And I put that to Ed Davey, and he simply repeated that the Liberal Democrats are pledging more than any of the other parties. That is true. And also that he said that they were leading the conversation on the NHS. And they have been praised for that from a number of medical organisations. But still, it does speak to this so-called conspiracy of silence that Paul Johnson is talking about, where perhaps not all the parties are being totally honest with us about the scale of the challenge that we face. The other thing I thought was worth asking Sir Ed Davey about, of course, was the gambling crisis, which is currently becoming a bit of a problem for the government. So I asked him whether he felt the Prime Minister had gone far enough, whether he should be content to simply wait for the Gambling Commission to investigate, or whether Sir Ed Davey would like to see some suspensions. Here's what he told me.
The idea that you know the outcome of something and you bet on it, knowing you're going to win, I think that's immoral, and I can't see why these people didn't realise that. So I welcome the investigation by the Gambling Commission and the police, but I think the Conservative Party doesn't have to wait. They should take action. It's very weak from the Prime Minister. People should be suspended, and I think their failure to act is A, making people more angry, and B, it's sort of symptomatic of the chaos and almost corruption amongst the Conservatives. They seem to be in it for themselves, not in it for public service. There's only one rule for the Conservatives, we saw that in the Boris Johnson during COVID, and another rule for the rest of us. That is not right, and I think that's why lots of lifelong Conservatives are switching away from them, in many cases to the Lib Dem.